to get the call over with Nate before that Jameson shot like really kicked in.
I'm already
I mean, I think I am too, but just in case, you know, it decided to make me
a little slurry.
Yeah, just in case, you know. I didn't really know what he wanted, so I just wanted to make sure.
I'm surprised you told him where we ate.
Well, he caught me off guard.
I don't know, someplace downtown.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, Anna.
Oh God, train wreck.
Look at this. The signal's dropping even with the hotspot. How does this look? And I'm going to keep this hotspot if...
Fish. What is going on with this hair?
It was windy.
I mean, it's no different than the Mommy Bay Brewing Company. Yeah.
Downtown Cleveland. We're getting ready to head to the house. Take care of the big dogs. Really? That's weird. Great Lakes Brewing Company is where we ate. And had a couple. Is there a way to get out there?
Do you have to do anything at the pay thing?
Oh. There's a around and get over there. Yeah. I didn't know if that was an exit or not. Storybots, what's that? Smell weed?
Yes.
Coming through there.
Fresh Lebanese.
Oh, that's pretty, yeah. Yes, I am a fan of the dog. You don't have a walk line signal yet. Hang tight. Somebody's there. Modern Mexican. Voodoo Monkey? Oh, Tensions. Here, homie. taking an hour and 47 minutes from downtown Cleveland. We don't run into anything. We wanted to eat some dinner, and we wanted rush hour to chill out. It sucks coming through here at rush hour. As busy as this is, it's post rush hour. Live out in the country. That's infuriating. This is transmission unstable due to weak network signal. When you get a chance, try and do that Twitch on your laptop. Open it up again. Because it just now went back into the... It doesn't have to be Twitch, anything. The story, no, I'm going to pull up a... What was Freeman's stream from earlier? Any good? Short but good? Okay. Check it out real quick. Get some weird change and stuff here too. It is while driving.
Yeah, my seat's in the back. It's gotten out of hand, y'all. What's the news? I fear for my life and my liberty. I feel threatened. I absolutely feel threatened by Susan. Not Susan specifically, but the fact that Susan tries to use other people to use violence against me to keep me from reporting on her corruption. So, in fear for my life and my liberty, I fled before Susan. I fled away from Susan and stopped reporting on Susan's corruption for the moment due to a threat of violence against me for doing so.
I'll switch to the
Just
first
for the
one.
moment, don't worry, I'll keep reporting.
Yeah, I'll go back
But
to this.
they definitely,
This is short too, though.
they definitely threatened
come back.
me
We'll go to
and
that
made
one
me
afterwards.
fear
It's
for my
only 9
life
minutes.
for reporting on them just now. I'm sure you guys know I don't usually walk away, but I absolutely fear for my life and my liberty. I feel incredibly threatened.
We'll see what led up to this
Unfortunately,
next.
due to the fact that I feel so threatened, I have to have a lot of other people come with me in case someone tries to use violence against me or attack me for reporting on court corruption. But definitely, the whole reason that they don't want me up there is because I reported on court corruption, and you guys contacted them to exercise your First Amendment rights to redress your grievances with your government. And in the retaliation, I'm telling you, I think I showed you in one of the last, I showed you in the last video that I did on this court, that the document even says that the whole reason I am restricted from going to the court is because you contacted the court. This is Leon Valley 2.0. I don't know if you guys remember, but Leon Valley charged me with a felony for comments that viewers made, allegedly threatening Joe Savaggio's life and
breaking
his
news
home
now.
address, allegedly. And they arrested me for things that they alleged that I didn't even do. And this court has done the exact same thing. They've banned me, not for things that I have done. They specifically articulated that they banned me for things that other people did. And if you guys don't know, I never did an edited video updating Leon Valley. They settled with me for $500,000.
Legends Recovery Center, this is Courtney. Okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's my phone or your phone, but you cut out on me a little. I heard that you need to get her in detox, and that's all I heard. Okay. All right. And then when are you looking to get her in? Okay. Yes, we start taking admissions at 8 a.m. So the first step would be, do you happen to know by any chance what type of insurance she has? Okay. So then what I need to do is I need to speak with Andrea for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes or so, just to kind of get her information and do a quick pre-screen assessment with her. And then once I'm done with that, then I can schedule her to come in. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I usually get to the office about 8:30. Because if you call me, did you call the 307 number? Okay, yep, that's my number. It goes directly to me. So, yep, I wouldn't have her call until about 8:30 because it takes me an hour to, because I'll be driving anytime before that, so. Oh. Okay, all right, sounds good. Yep, you're welcome. Bye.
$1,000.
Hey, Oklahoma.
4.5 years later, Leon Valley finally settled for $500,000 for restricting my rights because of what other people did. And besides that, in this particular case, what other people did was exercise your rights. It wasn't even anything illegal. They retaliated against me for you exercising your First Amendment. Nothing illegal. You guys didn't do anything illegal. But I absolutely feared for my liberty and my life in the moment just now. I was shaking. I was literally shaking with fear that these people have instilled in me for reporting on their corruption. The people that are supposed to protect our rights and our liberty. I absolutely feel in absolute and total fear right now. I'm scared to death from the threats that they've made against me for reporting on them. I don't need my hands on the wheel. I got my knee on the wheel, bro. Keep your hands on the wheel. That's what knees are for. You guys gotta understand, I'm sure all of you do, but when Susan is calling the police, that is her attempt to use force and violence against me to get me not to exercise my rights. So to me, it's no different than if I'm running a 7-Eleven and some guy walks in with a gun to get me to give my property up, my money out of the register. It's a threat of violence to attempt to intimidate you and threaten you into giving up your liberty or your property or your life or whatever it may be. It's a threat of violence, and that is what Susan is doing. It's not, to me, it's no different than if Susan were to walk into my 7-Eleven and take my money by threat of force or violence. No different to me. The concept is the same. The taking of life, liberty, or property by threat of force or violence. And you better believe that when she's calling these cops, she is expecting them to use force and violence against me to take away my liberty. And or my life. I have no doubt they'll take away my life.
We're watching some Freeman videos from today.
And that is what Susan is. Susan is a...
I'm gonna watch the one that came before this, right after this.
You're sitting here trying to paint this picture like I'm the bad guy, like I've done something wrong. But I haven't disobeyed a single law. And yet, Judge Judge Mercedes Murphy has violated the law. You've violated the law. All of your court staff have violated the law, and not only that, but you've used these threats against me by calling the hopes that the police will violently attack me while violating the law. You're a criminal, Susan. You are a violent criminal. These threats, coercion, and violence get your way illegally. Illegally. The law's not on your side. You're no different than any other fucking thug on the street. Sorry. That goes and robs people and goes around threatening people at gunpoint and coercing them. You're no different, Susan. You are the scum of the earth. You are the trash. You are the trash criminals that we throw in cages, that we call jail, that we prosecute. Criminal, Susan. You're a criminal, Susan. And it even shows on the body cam from the last police officer that walked in there that the reasons you're retaliating against me, you specifically articulated. Well, because he recorded in the public parking lot. That's why we want him arrested. That's why we want him kicked out of the building. Because I recorded him. You articulated that it was for exercising rights. Susan, you're a criminal. You are the trash that we clean up off of that we created government to take care of, to protect our life, liberty, and property, and to put people like you in jail, in prison, where you belong, Susan. You belong in prison, Susan. You're a violent piece of shit. Susan for prison, everybody. Susan for prison. I'm going to lose signal in just a minute here.
No! That sucks, Derek. Do you need me to resend you some stuff?
I'm going to lose signal here in minutes. Probably less than a minute, actually. I'm going into an area that has no signal.
Okay.
Hopefully they're not waiting for me in that area.
Let me know if I need to resend you anything.
If they attack me, you guys would all see it. But they do know the areas out here where there's no cell phone service and no internet service. So hopefully they're not waiting to violently attack me in one of those dead zones. By the order of Susan and Judge Mercedes Murphy of the Sequoia. New Mexico court. She's the one who made the order that said that I can't come there. Hey.
I'm back. Oh, the hotspot's not doing much better.
She said, "Just hold on a minute," but I think she's probably called the police again to try to get them to tell me that I can't exercise my right to expose her. And so I'm assuming she's probably waiting for that instead, because she's sitting right there at her desk, but she's refusing to come take my IPR request. I could have swore she said, "I'll be there in a minute," or "I'll be right there," I think she said.
Yeah, it's a big
Maybe
game.
The cop that she called. Frazee walked by. He didn't say anything or do anything. So. What's up, boss?
Alright, what's going on?
What do you mean?
We were called.
Oh, you were called?
Yes.
By who?
What do we put here? What do we need from court?
IPR request.
Okay, well, have they talked to you?
Yeah, she did. She came up and I told her I needed to do an IPR. I asked her about the IPRs that she hasn't responded to. and why she won't obey the law. I'm sure you're familiar with the IPRA laws, right? 3 days to respond.
If it's available, yes.
Well, no, it's 3 days to respond no matter what, and either fill. Yeah, no. So go ahead and listen. Don't put your hand up. And so it's 3 days to respond no matter what. Now, if you don't have the records within 3 days, you respond and say we will fill them within the 14-day required period. So it's or.
You have that, right?
Do I have it? Yeah, sure. In an email. I have my request in email. Yeah. So I got a new one too that I need to submit. Besides that.
So who you can with in there?
Well, Susan came and she acted real snooty as she usually does. She hates to do her job. She hates the law. And so all she did is drop the blinds. And then I told her I got a NIPR request. She said, I said I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. Just waiting for Susan to come take the IPRA request. And then I'm probably just going to, as a news gatherer, my official business here is to report on the D7 court. So I'm probably just going to sit here until, 12? They close at 4. Probably just going to sit in here until 4 p.m. just to document the court for news purposes. Official business.
Official business if you actually got.
No. My job is yeah. My job is to report on the court. So that's definitely official business, whether they like it or not. Make sure by state law you're required to keep your body cam on back there. Don't mute it or anything silly like that.
Link,
I will file a complaint on you if you do. All right. Just making sure you know it's all clear. Okay. Okay.
All right.
What's that? Yeah, and I'll file a complaint on you if you don't do it right. What was your name, sir? Deputy Young? All right. Also, Susan took her license plate off of her car. That's illegal. Can't be driving around town with no license plate, right, Deputy Young?
If it's not a public road, they need to have a plate.
Yeah, this bit. This license plate off of her car. That's illegal. Can't be driving around town with no license plate, right, Deputy Young?
If it's not a public road.
Just back right over to it.
Also, Susan took her license plate off of her car. That's illegal. Can't be driving around town with no license plate, right, Deputy Young?
If it's not a public road, they need to have a plate.
Yeah, this bitch hates the law. You know what I mean? She's like one of those sovereign citizens who's like, no, the laws don't apply to me. You know what I'm talking about? They walk around. The FBI's got people like her listed on their website as the most dangerous threat to the United States of America today. Can you believe that, Deputy Young?
Yep.
Susan, most dangerous threat to America today. People who don't believe the law apply to them. Oh, Susan. Am I right, Deputy Young? Hey, how you doing, man? Doing good, thanks. Oh, my body cam's dying. Hey, next time I come in, I'll probably bring some cushions for the bench. This bench is hard. Seems like her name should be Karen. No, I think that the name Karen should be named to Susan, changed to Susan. And when we're dealing with entitled bitches, we should use the word Susan. She's a Susan. Rosenthal, I think is her name, something like that. Susan Rossen something. You know, the crazy thing is when I deal with municipalities who just obey the law and do what they're supposed to do, it's done and over with in minutes. When you got bitches like Susan who refuse to obey the law.
This is part 2.
Susan doesn't want him to come in because she knows.
Right up front, where your keypad is. Okay. I am. I'm the only one coming in. Okay. All right.
Susan won't even let the deputy in. Oh, man.
Yeah, he snatched that door shut quick.
She wouldn't even let the deputy in there because she doesn't want cameras in there and she knows the deputy's got a camera. Stop it, Susan. Stop it. Thanks to Life for the $5. Coffee on me while you're late, thanks. She wouldn't even let the deputy in because she hates cameras so much, and by law, the police in New Mexico are required to keep their cameras on. Damn, what a Susan. She wouldn't even let the deputy in there because he has a camera. Yo, what's up? Hey, can I get some help over here? I'd appreciate it, man. I don't know if Deputy Young might get stupid here. I might need some backup. I'm here to do official business, and Susan's being a Susan. Did you know that we changed the name Karen to Susan? Yeah, she's being a Susan right now. I'm here to do an IPA request. Can you believe that? Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on. Is the radio blowing up, or? Oh, okay. Hey man, I'm live right now on my main channel. You're not on speakerphone, but I'm live. Oh, hello? I don't know if you can even hear me. I think I got bad signal.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's... See? Yeah, I don't know where Deputy Young is at on all this and if he's going to try and do something stupid. If he does, if he tries to put hands on me, I'm not going to try and resist. I'm not going to try and fight him. I'm going to run. So I'll run, and I'll need you to hold him back and keep him from assaulting me. So, yeah, he is. Dude, she wouldn't even let him in there because he's got a body camera. And she hates cameras so much. She hates transparency so much that she's trying to tell you guys you have to turn your cameras off. And by state law, you have to keep them on. I mean, this bitch hates the law. And I know, I told you guys before, like, I wasn't going to try and put you guys in a tough situation. It's just gone so far, and we're 1,000% sure that you guys are going to be in the right and protected by not doing anything to me. And so, oh, dude, this bitch, can you believe her?
They get 2 deputies out there now because
She hates it when you peek under the
further
blinds.
court
Don't
order.
do
He's
that.
supposed to be escorted by a police court.
She probably won't let you in. She wouldn't let
illegal
what's his
order
name?
to begin with.
Young. Yeah, she said,
explained
no,
it in
you
the
can't
last
come in
video
because you've got a
because
camera on. And he
called.
said, no, I'm coming in. And she told him, well, look at the sign on the door. It says authorized personnel only. She tried to tell the deputy he's not fucking authorized to come when she calls 911. She is outside of her mind, dude. Like, I want you to come, but I don't want you to, like... Dude, Susan's got to go. I've been patient for 3 months. I'm done. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to do anything illegal.
Hey, Sean, it's Courtney from
crazy or
Legends.
irrational. But, dude, it's got to go.
Hey, I got a quick question for you.
Susan's got to go.
So
She took her
it's
license
Courtney
plate off
at
her car.
Legends.
She's driving around town without a license plate.
Hey, so
Because I don't have
I
the
was just
recorded license
filling
plates
in
with
your
me.
pre-screen for tomorrow, and I have a couple questions. So I thought you were supposed to go to team recovery once you left us.
It's just gone way too far.
Okay, so what happened? Why didn't you make it to TR? You just didn't go? Okay. Okay, so in your last pre-screen, I don't have any use of cocaine at all. So I need to update that. So when did you first start using cocaine? Okay, so like what age were you when you first used cocaine? Okay, and as of right now, when was your last use? Okay. And so how often have you been using it? Like since you got out, was it just a one-time thing or what? Okay. And how much did you use? Okay. And nasal? Okay. And so, when was your last use of any type of opiate? Okay. And you haven't used anything else since you left us. You just used cocaine one time. Okay. All right. And so you just didn't go to you just went to your mom's and just decided to not go to TR, right? Okay, so why are you not going to TR then? Why do you want to come back to us? Okay. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. I was just... Okay. All right. Sounds good. That's all I just needed to fill in the blanks. So, okay. Well, he'll be in contact with you tomorrow and be picking you up around 11. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Get that partying in tonight, homie.
Dude, he is lying full force to me right now because he is tweak-a-chewed out of his mind.
Tweak-a-chewed?
Stop it, Susan.
Stop it, Susan. Matt's like, ooh, cocaine. Don't worry, I'm not listening.
They won't respond to every request. Sorry.
Tweak-a-chewed. He's like, I'm using that.
It's just time for Susan to go home. She's done in public service. It's over. You know, we can't have sovereign citizens who think the law doesn't apply to them just running around doing whatever the hell they want. What's that? Yep. The FBI lists sovereign citizens as the #1 threat to America today, and it recognizes sovereign citizens as people who don't think that the laws apply to them. And that's a direct, you know, that's Susan. What's that? Right, the words conflict. It's an oxymoron, absolutely. That's why I try to, you know, the FBI says people who don't believe the laws apply to them. Well, we'll just go with that. And Susan does not think the laws apply to her. You know, just because she's a sovereign citizen, authorized personnel only, right? Hey, boss. What's that?
There's 3 ways you can drop off here for request. One, you can drop it through that slot.
Okay.
Through the email. Let you know about that.
Okay.
And then we'll take care.
Okay. So I can't do it in person? Well, the law states differently, so.
So they drop it off. We also have a warrant to show cause signed Mr. Springer, which you are. So that is your copy.
Are you serving me?
Yes.
Oh, he just earned himself a lawsuit. Are you sure you want to give that to me? You want to be on the lawsuit? Okay, awesome,
Drop
man.
off your request. request. And I've got paperwork says you vacate the building.
It does. Really? Vacate the building, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, this is the DA's building, it's the sheriff's building, it's not just Susan's building, so why don't you take that and shove it up your ass, all right, Deputy Young? And tell her to come take my paper request that she's required to do by law.
So if you look up on your paperwork, you can drop it off in that slot right there. If not, you need.
Well, how am I to determine that they received it?
I will show it. You dropped it off.
You want to take it to her?
I'll drop it off.
Okay, will you hand it to her and I can watch? I can watch you hand it to her. All right.
So let's leave.
No, I don't think so. This right here is not the court. All right.
This is district court.
What's that?
This is district court.
All right. Well, I'll go to the sheriff's office then. How about that? The only area that's court is back there in the courtrooms. The rest of this is common area. You don't get to restrict me from common area. You don't even legally get to restrict me from the court.
Mr. Springer, you haven't served the paperwork. You need to leave.
Or what?
What's the paperwork?
Or what?
Let the judge know.
Okay, let the judge know.
Let's go.
Are you going to put hands on me if I don't leave? No? That's a good choice. I think you need to call your supervisor.
No, Mr. Springer, you need to leave.
I think you need to call your supervisor. Yeah, you need to pull him aside. Hey, while you're over there, shove that order up your ass. You understand, Deputy Young? Right up your ass, son. What's up? Oh, yeah, my body cam is dying. I'm allowed to be here for official business, that order says. And I am here on official business. You understand, Deputy Young? Don't be stupid. All right, man. Thanks.
The other cops getting the fuck out of there. He's like, I don't want to be involved in this.
I don't want, I mean, I'll let you guys talk it out.
I mean, he won a $500,000 lawsuit against another town that was doing the same thing. Extra thumbs up for calling him son. Yes, an old man.
The court order says that I can't be at the courthouse because you guys called the courthouse to complain about bad behavior of the court. So whatever you do, do not call the courthouse, either in Torrance County or Socorro. District Court, District 7, District Court, whatever you do, don't call them, because the reason that they say I'm not allowed here on that order says that I can only be here for official business, and the reason it states is because I ran stories on Judge Bennett, and then you guys called and said that Judge Bennett needed to get into shape. That is why there's a court order saying that I can't be up here except for official business. But my official business is I'm a reporter. There are well over 100,000 people who have watched the stories that I've done reporting on this courthouse. My official business is to report on the courthouse. Their goal was quite literally to kick the news media out so that we could not report on their bad behavior. Deputy Young is a dumbass.
Deputy Young never encountered James Freeman. I think he regrets it.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. Like there is free press where any member of the public who's gathering information with the intent to disseminate it to the public is a member of the press. Whether you have run stories before,
he admits it in the third video that he got $500,000 from Valley, whatever.
With the intent, if you are gathering information with the intent to disseminate it to the
Freeman
press,
himself got $500,000 from that lawsuit.
Free press. But I've even established already that I have over 100,000 people who are watching this specific story, and currently there are 1,000 people. 1,000 of you watching right now, watching this breaking news story about Susan refusing to obey the law. Is he calling back up or what?
No, well, stay safe.
What's that? Oh, so I should run? All right, I'm gonna run. They're gonna arrest me, huh? All right, well, I'm gonna go to the homestead, get the... You're fucked, son. You calling state police? Who are you calling? None of my business.
The sheriff told him to do that, I bet you.
Well, I feel threatened, so I've got to leave. I feel threatened. I feel that my life and my liberty is in extreme danger for reporting on the D7 courts. I absolutely feel that my life and my liberty is in extreme danger because of these people. So I'm running for my life.
Fuck yeah, he was scared. He admits it in the other video.
Why would the sheriff call the state police? I'll be back up here though, you better believe it. But if we're gonna be threatening, if they're gonna be threatening me, I'm gonna have to come back with you guys back up here real fucking soon, everybody.
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah, that's nuts. That was kooky crazy. Am I surprised by any of it? Hell no. Whoops. Yeah, we saw the second one. Yeah. Well, almost did. Let's see. What else we got that I missed? Ooh, I missed the lackluster.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. On May 9th of 2023, a viewer named Ryan was using a community pool to swim laps as he often does for his workouts. Surveillance footage shows the incident but has no audio. However, Ryan claims that after spending quite some time in the pool, one of the other locals arrives and tells Ryan to leave and swim somewhere else. Can you stop doing what you're doing so I can do it? Ryan declines the command and continues doing laps, moving to the furthest edge he could. In pure spite, the woman begins swimming laps as well, but perpendicular to Ryan, causing their paths to collide. Ryan can be seen waiting his turn, but the woman swims directly into his path again. He can be seen questioning why she can't use the longer length of the pool as he was. The woman exits the pool and can be seen using her cell phone to call her husband to the scene. Upon his arrival, the three argue about Ryan leaving the pool, but after Ryan refuses to go, the couple approaches him and gets more aggressive. Ryan makes repeated gestures for them to go and leave him alone, and claims he would have left, but that the couple was blocking the exit, and that he didn't want to get too close. But the more they argued, the closer the couple got to him. Each time, Ryan would back up further and they would move closer still. Eventually, the man closed the distance to Ryan, threatening him and lifting up his shirt, revealing a concealed pistol. Ryan backed up again, gathered his things, and went to the parking lot to call the police. Now, before we continue, Extra has been one of the longest supporters of this channel. In fact, in 2020, they reached out and sent me a wallet. But it took me about a year until I decided to work with them. And since then, they just keep getting better and better. The wallets are a slim, minimalist design, made with high-quality leather, aluminum, carbon fiber, and now even 18-karat gold. Extra wallets can hold up to 12 cards available with the click of a button, with room for cash, Apple AirTags, or a solar-powered tracking device that uses a two-way ring system. Extra wallets have built-in RFID protection and various attachments. For a long time, I used the Parliament, but I currently have my eye on the Senate, as well as the new key case. They've also got a modular bifold for those of you who like a more traditional style. Needless to say, their entire lineup is a perfect addition to your everyday carry. And with Father's Day around the corner, Extra has started their sale early, which goes now
about 67 minutes,
and
man.
you can get up to 35% off site-wide using my link and code BLACKLUSTER during checkout, which should make it easy for you to not disappoint him this year and get him a gift he'll appreciate and actually use for once. As always, that information can be found in the description. But for now, back to the video, where an officer responds within minutes to Ryan's 911 call and speaks to Ryan alone, after which the officer goes to the pool area to speak with the suspects, removing the man's weapon and bringing them inside the air-conditioned pool house. Meanwhile, Officer Brittany Guerrero arrives on scene, visibly shaking and screaming. She yells orders at Ryan as he tries to explain that he's already spoken with an officer and that his aggressors are inside. Her response was to initiate a felony stop by drawing her service weapon and aiming it at Ryan, making this the second time his life was threatened with a firearm in less than 10 minutes for swimming. He is then handcuffed by the officers. Ryan alleges that Brittany and other officers would berate him over the next few minutes, which matches up, after reports show that she was found to have been in violation of department regulations after berating a suspect in 2019, and was forced to turn in her badge for 2 months in 2020 after she was charged with stalking, which is a rabbit hole of a story in itself, but we'll have to get into that at another time. Inside, officers observe the aggressors laugh and cry, and then question the two together, ensuring that their stories remained similar. Ryan pleaded with the officers to watch the cameras to see that he was clearly innocent, but even after watching the footage, the officers still found a way to place the blame on Ryan. But at some point during the interaction, Brittany, the officer that drew down on an innocent man in a bathing suit, would later be removed by paramedics. It is alleged that she suffered a panic attack, but that is unconfirmed. Ryan is eventually placed in a police cruiser, and the man and woman who created this scene were allowed to leave. Ryan was kept in nothing but his swimming trunks and handcuffs as he was driven around town before being taken to jail for booking, and just before it was his turn to be charged and to be put into jail for resisting arrest, a charge he was clearly innocent of. He was released. Soon after, he contacted me and attempted to get body cam footage of the encounter. He gained a private audience with the chief of police and assistant chief and was told that an internal affairs investigation was being conducted, so we wouldn't be seeing the footage anytime soon, which is weird considering Florida law provides exclusions for internal affairs investigations. We have appealed the record's request denials, but the department has refused to answer to this day, and the story just gets worse from here. 5 days after the incident and being told to pound sand by the chief of police, Ryan returned to the department to ask about the footage a third time and to express a grievance. He was met in the lobby by Sergeant Carl Cooper, the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department Supervisor of the Year of 2023. By all accounts, this here is the best that the department currently has to offer.
Sergeant Cooper, how you doing?
You're Sergeant? Yes. My name's Ryan. Thanks your name and badge number, please.
Sure. How can I help you?
You could give me your name and badge number.
I will do that at the end of the conversation.
Well, I would just like to know who I'm speaking to before we
My
continue.
name is right here, and I'll give you my card, my business card. Over
Mr. Here, what's your badge number?
2 and 3. I'll give you all that
Thank
stuff.
you. Okay. So, I'm here with the PCC investigating new scheme, and it's come to our attention that the taxpayers are paying to park a police car outside of Home Depot 24/7. So I'm just wondering, like, who approved that and why our funds are being used that way? I'm questioning why taxpayer money is being used to park a cop car outside of Home Depot 24/7.
This is
the car running?
Did we pay for
Is
it?
the car running, sir?
Did all people pay
You're
for it?
asking me a question, I'm asking you a question. Is the car running?
Did you answer my question? Why would I answer yours? Did I ask you first? You've been rude since you came out here. I introduced myself. I asked you who you were. You wouldn't even
No,
tell
it's
me
not
your
over
name.
yet.
Right here is your name.
And I'll give you.
What if I can't read? Are you
I said my name is
discriminating?
right here on my tag.
The disgruntled supervisor of the year knows just as well as everyone watching that refusing to introduce yourself is impolite and unprofessional. Furthermore, it is now obvious to all citizens that it's a part of police culture to point to your badge and say, it's right here, and that it's done as a way to get by with disrespecting the person inquiring. It's saying, "F you," without the F. This behavior is unbecoming of an officer, and departments across the country are finally writing policy to ensure their officers identify themselves when speaking to a member of the public, especially one that has a potentially damning lawsuit incoming that still went out of his way to stand, introduce himself, and extend his hand. In fact, some states, such as Massachusetts, have laws requiring police officers to carry identification cards and to present them upon request. Policies and laws are written to persuade or discourage a certain behavior. With these policies, it appears the reason they've been written is because the police, in this case the supervisor of the year, requires encouragement to extend the most absolute basic courtesy to the people they serve.
I'm asking you why taxpayer money is paying for a car to sit outside of a private business.
Well, that's a police tactic, sir. Everything else I can answer.
Yeah, I'd like to know who approved taxpayer money being spent to protect a private business like that.
Protect the private.
Is Home Depot a private business or public?
It is.
Okay. Do they make their own money? Why are they providing security? Yeah. Well, were you protecting with their cop brother? Because I was just assaulted with a weapon. Well, I was assaulted twice with a gun on Tuesday. Can you guys park a cop car outside of my house for crime prevention? Or are you just only protect businesses? Yeah, I would love a cop car to sit there and protect. Because I was assaulted 2 times in my swimsuit on Tuesday with a gun. Yeah, and I'm just wondering why I'm not being protected, but a large corporation that can afford, to pay for their own security. I'm just wondering what's going on with that.
Well, like I said, it's a police tactic.
Yeah, so is there a cap I can speak to the clear?
They're not here on weekends.
Okay, so call that Monday and I can hopefully get answers.
And you go get my business
No,
card.
we're okay. But just I introduced myself immediately to you. The right
Okay, but
here.
you never gave me ID, okay?
Right,
My
you
name
didn't.
is-
Are you going to show me your ID?
Sir, my badge is here.
I can't read.
You came to a police station, okay?
I can't read.
For Sergeant Cooper's next trick, he will gaslight Ryan and accuse him of playing games, as if he didn't intentionally start them, setting the tone for the entire conversation.
You seem like an intelligent. Listen,
Yeah, of
sir,
course.
I'm not going to play this game with you.
Go ahead.
You came in here and seem like you're an intelligent guy, and now you're going around playing games and you can't read. My name tag is on my shirt.
I'm looking to close the gap.
I'll give you my business card.
We're okay, because you introduced yourself and it's
Okay. So even if I gave my business card, right, it's still relevant to say you can't read.
Right. So that's why you have to tell me your name.
Okay.
When I ask.
Okay, my name is Colin Cooper. It's right here.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Can we leave out a good note? That's all I'm looking for. Listen, we're all humans here. Treat me like a human.
You came in here on religion.
Yeah, because you guys kidnapped me.
What do you mean, you guys?
The police. You're not a human anymore. You're a job at this point. You're probably a great guy, and I have no issues with you. But the system.
Yeah. You want to talk to me? Talk to me, man.
Well, I really, you don't have to answer, unfortunately. I really want to speak to a captain about getting that police car, maybe somewhere better to help the people instead of a massive corporation. You taught me that, but, I'm not going to file a complaint, but, just come out and be friendly. I didn't come here, I didn't introduce myself immediately. Just be like, hey, I'm Sergeant Cooper. Nice to meet you. I'd love to hear what your issues are. Let's work on it. You're a sergeant?
Yes.
My name's Ryan. Thanks your name and badge number, please.
Sure. How can I help you?
You could give me your name and badge number.
I will do that at the end of the conversation.
Well, I would just like to know who I'm speaking to before we
My
continue.
name is right here, and I'll give you my card, my business card.
Mr. Here, what's your badge number?
This is what I have an issue. Okay, I told you about what? Okay. I told you I'd give you my card at the end.
Dumbass.
I think some people here might be understanding, but start treating the people who are paying their salaries like humans. Come up to them, introduce yourself, close the gap, don't start so confrontational.
I was not,
Sir, that's not appropriate. And if you're as a grown man, think that's how you come introduce yourself to another grown
He said 8 ball does E equals MC squared. He said, and the answer sounds like something a bootlicker would say.
Who raised you that way?
thanks for the concern.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Enjoy your Sunday.
The next morning, Ryan went to the city hall to request financial records and was assigned an escort to hover around him, which consisted of Officer Romero, the captain, and the assistant chief of police. After filing that request, he was followed to the police department, where he sought more body cam footage. While following Ryan, he inquired to the status of Brittany Guerrero's employment.
Illegally arrested me. She pulled her gun on me. You have an unpunished cycle on the streets, and people are saying that I need to know if she's still employed here. So I need to know if I need to sit in my house. She is still. So she's still out on the streets with her weapons. She's still.
As they begin to work out the details of the records request, the chief of police enters the lobby and shows us exactly why his officers are so poorly trained, ill-tempered, and unfit for duty by immediately escalating what had been a perfectly civil conversation by telling Ryan to shut up, denying him service and going hands-on, practically ensuring that the taxpayers would be punished for his inadequate leadership skills.
So you're not allowing me to record. I'm not letting you go. Listen to me. You're starting at your body.
Officer Romero, the only one wearing a body cam, is somehow sensible enough to turn away and cover his body cam as the department's top dog makes a fool of himself and his department.
You said you have legal close the gap. Go talk to your attorney. I did, and I'm here. I did, and I'm here. I'm here. Go talk to your attorney here. Then do it. Have your attorney do it. Go talk to your attorney. No wonder you're letting you trespass warning for what? Crime. No, for coming in here and causing a disturbance. You started yelling at me, and it's all about body cam. I came here to perform a legally protected activity, and you just trespassed me. Yes, it is. You just trespassed me from public for what crime? What crime did I commit? See ya. I'm not leaving. What crime? I'll take the arrest. Okay. So it's going to happen. Go ahead. I'm not leaving. I'll take another trespassing arrest. Don't go inside. Sir, can I? No. Okay. Well, I mean, you understand. So, is your body cam still on? It is.
What Officer Romero could not censor by turning away or covering the lens, the records department would by muting the audio while the chief allegedly insults Ryan.
Okay, so I need to request this body cam. You're not getting any body cam.
Romero 502.
Romero 502. Okay. What do you think the people are going to think about the way you spoke to me?
What do you think they're going to think about the way you're conducting yourself?
I was kidnapped. Here, the way that lady's going, that video is going to come out of you screaming at a concerned citizen. Sir, if you didn't have that badge, think about what these sick will think about you.
After Ryan's escort walks the chief back to his desk, they realize that Ryan has gone back to the records desk, and they head back over to hover around him, right after the chief tried to trespass him. Since this video, there have been no updates, no word on the status of Brittany Guerrero's employment, results of her investigation, or a single record released to the press or to the victim himself. The state agents hide behind their magical spells and refuse transparency. Ryan has also reached out to the state attorney's office and the FDLE, but neither will lift a finger to help despite having been provided these videos. I'm not exactly sure at this point what we're supposed to think of this system or who they want us to believe they work for. It certainly isn't Ryan. He was the victim of an alleged felonious aggravated assault, and they let his aggressor walk and arrested him instead. Since then, it appears they've done absolutely nothing in the interest of justice. Brittany is still employed, and there's no word of whether they charged the man that threatened Ryan's life with a concealed weapon, and the department is now treating him as if his inquiry into the facts is criminal. Perhaps someday, the department will release the footage of their officers on May 9th, and we will learn why Brittany felt compelled to aim a deadly weapon at an innocent man in a bathing suit and kidnap him for 4 hours. It's possible we might even find out if her panic attack was caused by realizing that she had made a grave mistake. And maybe, just maybe, it will show what lies this couple told to make all these officers release them, free of charge, if the department ever complies with the Sunshine Law, or the state attorney ever pressures the department to release the footage. You know exactly where to find it. But before that, Ryan will likely post it to his channel. So to see more of this story, head over there and let him know I sent you. And be sure to let me know what you think of this interaction in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use the submit link in the description or pinned comment. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe and hit the bell for future content, and check out our other channels, Lady Lackluster and The Odd Side. Remember
said the 40-year-old cat lady who's demanding that her partner be 6 foot tall and at least earn 6 figures. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Döc and Skjaldmaer here. We are Change.org, and we have a lot of erupting, crazy, hyperbolic, and emotional news to get into today, as of course we have some very surprising developments with America's #1 news anchor, another investigative journalist, and the former president of the United States that look like they are in some hot water, just like the people of New York that are dealing with a very hot situation as the police are on their trail to enforce the establishment narratives and norms, as the Popo and CIA are now gay. So yeah, there's that. Julian Assange is still in jail. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all here on this independent media broadcast. And if you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was originally done by freedomnews.tv. And we, of course, will be linking their channel down in the description below, as they highlighted a climate activist in Times Square protesting the weather. And the orange haze that probably resembled Donald Trump to a lot of these woke New Yorkers who are dealing with a pretty stinky situation, as of course New York City is dealing with some significant pollution coming from the Canadian wildfires that of course have perfectly represented the city energetically for what it is on the inside, now on the outside with its air quality that is absolutely horrendous. Who's responsible for these wildfires that have been happening throughout centuries? Is it UFOs? Is it lasers? Is it Antifa? Arsonists?
Natural.
Well, again,
it's natural.
we don't know. Are they drought related? Well, according to the conditions, it doesn't really seem like that's the case here. What's really going on here? We don't know, but I think it's okay to ask some questions. As elected cult members of the U.S. government are blaming these fires on not having enough electric car chargers and electric buses. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pete Buttigieg on MSNBC, the CIA-connected media organization that purports itself to do some kind of journalism, interviewed someone who also has some very shadowy connections to the intelligence agency, blaming everything on the government not having enough power, taxing and destroying everyone's life. Yes, that's the if we just give more of our money to the government and the corrupted institutions that, of course, pull its strings and give money to the multinational corporations, we will definitely now be able to stop the multinational corporations. Okay, maybe asking questions all the time is not the right approach here, as of course other people are blaming aliens, satellite, lasers, and with the way that 2023 is going, the way that we just went through the last few years, you know what? Just maybe that's the case here. All of this, as there's probably an ongoing government psyop going on right now of the U.S. government trying to convince you that there's some kind of alien force out there, as there's an alleged government whistleblower coming out and revealing some information that probably is a part of a larger psychological warfare operation. This, as today, the Pentagon is coming out that there's no credible evidence of any alien spacecrafts that it has, leaving many people saying, yeah, that's probably exactly what they would say if they had any kind of credible evidence of alien spacecraft. This, as the U.S. military and intelligence agencies are being accused of refusing to provide any kind of evidence to the American people, to Congress, to members of the U.S. government that they're, supposed to be working for. But hey, don't question the CIA, because the CIA now is gay. So yeah, the CIA just posted on their official Twitter account that their theme for 2023 is Welco Me. What in the world? What the hell are they doing? As they talk about, quote, wellness, equity, community, openness, me, and how the agency is paying tributes to the rich history, community, and mission contribution to LGBTQ officers, as of course, yeah, it's totally fine that the CIA introduced crack cocaine into poor neighborhoods in the United States. It's totally okay that they armed and financed rebels and terrorist groups all over the world. It's totally okay that they ran and helped an international trafficking operation dealing with thousands of children that they have yet to hold anyone responsible for. Yeah, it's totally cool that they launch covert wars, secretly drug people with acid, conduct human psychological experiments that are absolutely immoral and illegal, as they literally run mind control projects. Yeah, totally cool, as they subvert the media, any kind of news, any form of truth-telling, that if it gets too truthful to them, that they will absolutely shut down. Just like they did Julian Assange, that exposed many intelligence agencies in the United States, that is paying the full retribution and price for doing so, as of course he has been sent to jail under Trump's administration, where he is facing many long and extensive extradition battles, specifically to the United States, where he is facing espionage charges, even though he's not an American citizen. Assange, who's 51 years of age, who is rotting away in a UK prison in solitary confinement under psychological torture and pressure by the authorities, is a news publisher that isn't even an American citizen. And as of just moments ago, we found out that he lost his appeal against being extradited to the United States, where he will face espionage charges. This is, again, an important story because this shows you a story of someone daring to question the media narratives, daring to publish information in the best interest of the people, daring to hold very powerful people to account, and for doing so, he was punished, arbitrarily thrown in jail, dealt with many accusations that weren't true about him, had his reputation smeared, as the CIA was spying on every one of his moves, his actions, his conversations, and did everything they could in order to stop him, and let's be honest here, they successfully did. But hey, CIA is gay now, so totally cool. of course, yeah, the CIA taking it in the you-know-what is totally excuses everything. The CIA now has a preference to how they conduct their own adult matters, and, that's what's important to talk about here. And that's one reason out of many reasons I started LukeUnfiltered.com as a way to support and grow this independent media operation, as, of course, there's a lot of people who aren't happy about journalism, who aren't happy about commentary that is critical of them.
Hey, Dirty.
Those individuals do everything they can in their power to shut down independent voices, daring to question them or hold them to account, and this is why your support is needed more than ever. One quick way to support us is just by going to LukeUnfiltered.com, getting access to our exclusive members area where we have a plethora of really awesome and amazing offers of value to you, as we have a brand new spanking video almost every single day. You have a forum where you get to talk to the many incredible members of this organization, and of course 3 masterclasses plus a new section where we have resources available to you, like this seed oil card that you could easily download, print out, or have made on any kind of third-party website that we tell you, and make it very easy for you to do so. And next time you're at a restaurant, you can just hand this to your waiter and make sure that you're avoiding inflammatory, cancer-causing, DNA-damaging seed oils that, of course, are just horrendous. Again, having conversations with waiters and cooks about this is complicated. This is just one quick and easy way to do it, and at the same time you make sure that you're not being poisoned. We also created a WRC ingredients poop list of stuff that you should be careful of and try to avoid at the supermarket. We made these resources available to you in a very quick and easy way, so you can just put it on your phone, you can download it, you can print them out. The next time you're at the supermarket, you can be like, yeah, I don't want this. Is this on the crap list? Yes, it is. I shouldn't be eating this crap. As of course, we are using this platform as a way to document my own personal health journey, where I get to talk to you about the stuff that I've been doing that has been working for me and might potentially work for you as well. I really enjoy working with people on a one-on-one. I really enjoy giving my thoughts and perspectives and seeing it play out in action, where people actually utilize the resources that I provided, and it actually helped them overall become a happier and healthier individual. This is what we do on LukeUnfiltered.com. So if you haven't signed up yet, this is what you're incentivizing, what you're growing, what you're building, and what you are a part of with the larger community of all the members that you get to talk to on LukeUnfiltered.com. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up right now. Click here, LukeUnfiltered.com. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple, and I will see you there right after this video, as we're going to have a special broadcast available to you right after this one, as we're going to jump into our main topic of discussion, and that is the current regime that is going out of its way to try to punish anyone standing in their way. The current regime that, of course, calls prime ministers presidents, looks baffled and confused, and routinely trips on common day items, as, of course, their age is becoming more and more of an issue, as the current president of the United States just called the British Prime Minister Mr. President. This as half of independent voters are concerned about the president's age and being severely limited in his abilities to do his job. The job is the most stressful job in all of America. We see how it ages people when they go into office, and you have to be on top of your ish to be the president of the United States and take orders from the puppet masters that really break out there. And I think it's fair to say that we've reached the point where the puppet masters have lost their strings, because not of any kind of independence, but because the puppet's unreactive. The puppet's not really there, and they probably have a bunch of puppets, a bunch of mannequins that they take out and just replace and utilize, that look totally different, have different facial features than they do. As of course, all of this is just a larger showcase for the people behind the scenes that are really calling the shots. But still, the conversation is here, and it's a very concerning one, which has left me to even personally say, I don't even think there's going to be a presidential election this coming up cycle. That's just my perspective. I shared why I believe that on lukeunfiltered.com a few days ago. You guys could watch that video right now. But there's also another concerning circumstance.
Have a cold one for the road.
The political prosecution.
I think I brought a beer with me to work and put it in the client's fridge.
Which, of course, we have
a cold one for going home.
But when it comes to this particular matter,
smart.
It's important
Thinking
to call
ahead.
out the current regime, the current political power that is absolutely abusing its power and going after the former president of the United States as he represents a threat against their larger power grab that they have been abusing within the last few years. As allegedly we are hearing sources say that the Biden DOJ is going to be indicting the former president of the United States on charges of gathering, transmitting, or losing national defense documents. Again, this is according to just some of the sources out there. We saw the Post-Millennial talk about this. We saw Bill O'Reilly talk about this, saying that under extremely reliable sources, this is actually the case here, and this is actually going to be moving forward. As the Daily Mail writes, that, quote, are the walls closing in on Donald? And that's an important question here, as of course he has been targeted by many people going after him in many different legal ways, as he is embattled in many court cases that definitely seem very frivolous and arbitrary and just an attempt to try to stop him from gaining political office. Now, will the Biden DOJ go all the way and try to, of course, arrest him and indict him? Well, with the way that things are going, I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility, but we also have to remember here that every time this administration goes out and attacks Donald Trump, they also prop up Donald Trump at the same time. Now, according to the former president of the United States, he has put out a message on Truth Social saying that he is not being indicted because, quote, I've done nothing wrong. He goes on and then talks about the weaponization of the DOJ and the FBI, that we're talking about the Russian collusion hoax, which was made up by the intelligence agencies, who of course went after him and tried to stop him that way. And he's absolutely right on this very specific issue. And whether Trump is indicted or not, you have to understand,
I'll play it on
there are a lot of very powerful people in institutions of the United States government that really do not like him at all and are putting out all the stops in order to make sure that he does not become the next president of the United States, as it looks like he is the front runner, especially in the Republican candidacy, and as of right now, absolutely dominating the competition. And it's not just him that's being directly attacked, it's also individuals like Tucker Carlson, America's former #1 news anchor, that we're finding out after releasing a short segment on Twitter, allegedly received legal notices from Fox News that he is, quote, breaching a contract. Essentially, Fox News, according to some sources, is trying to threaten and to harass Tucker Carlson into stopping releasing of his videos, which shows a very sinister move made by this media conglomerate that recently has been accused of playing favorites and changing their media programming in favor of Big Pharma. Axios is reporting that they have obtained a letter that shows Fox News going after Tucker Carlson and telling him to stop releasing information that is critically important to the American public, as it provides a different perspective than, of course, the establishment that usually regurgitates the same PR talking points by very powerful individuals. And Tucker Carlson right now is another individual that very powerful people are trying to stop, just like James O'Keefe, that's being sued by the organization that he founded and told that he needs to stop his investigative reporting here. Now, if you look at all these incidences, if you look at all the things kind of happening here, it's pretty fair to say that there's a COINTELPROBE 2.0 operation going on right now inside of the United States, trying to stop any kind of critical thinking, any kind of independent journalism, any kind of outside of the box establishment norm breaking commentary. It's all being flatlined. It's all being destroyed. There's legal power and authority figures abusing their status in order to stop all these individuals from just speaking the truth. They are deathly afraid.
Well, as far as
of you
picking out
finding
my clothes for
what's really
tomorrow,
going on here. And that's why
this
they're
looks
trying to
good.
do everything they can to stop the individuals that are telling you what's going on here. This is why your support is more crucial than ever. And you guys sharing this video is more critically imperative than ever as well. Without you guys, these videos don't get out there, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. The conversation continues, and we have a new video ready for you right now on lookunfiltered.com. See you there.
Bet you have to pee, dude. Over 26 miles. Well, unless you want to try right now, helicopter. Yeah.
170, checking safety.
I need one of those Yellowstone helicopters that could just scoop me up and just take me to where I want to go. Almost everywhere I work is an hour plus away.
Dispatch 151 and 172, checking your safety.
It'd be nice to get there in 10 minutes.
Copy.
A big long backyard.
Copy.
Chatting it up over there, piggies. Russell's got 3 videos here.
Hello there, you awakening wonders. Thanks for joining us on Stay Free with Russell Brand. If you ain't been told yet today that you are loved, that you are complete, that you are beautiful, and that you are whole, and you're going in the right direction, then let us convey that very message to you right now, you beautiful awakening wonder. Joining me for the show is my on-screen assistant, Gareth Roy, with whom I will be discussing matters such as Merck suing to kill Medicare drug pricing. We'll be with you on YouTube for a while. We'll be there. Maybe Twitter. We're on Twitter still. We don't know. You never know with Elon, do you? You never know what moves he might make. Hopefully we're on Twitter. When we get to exclusively being on Rumble, the original home of free speech, where we bring people together in a spirit of love, WHO have got a plot to use the EU's vaccine passport tech. Is that true? Allegedly. Or is it simply an allegation that we're making? We'll be discussing it in depth. Later on in our presentation, Here's the News, we'll be talking more about the WHO, where they get their money, and what exactly it is they're up to with this new treaty that they propose should be allowed to bypass the laws of the country you are in. But first, do you know how to smile? This is it, isn't it? This is it.
No, you've misunderstood.
Smile.
It's beautiful.
Right,
has anyone ever told you how beautiful your smile is? It really is.
I have actually. A lot of people have said it before. Over in Japan,
the Japanese folks got so used to wearing face masks during COVID that they've had to have smile lessons, and I've had a look at this.
Smiling
and they
lessons.
aren't doing very well.
Yeah.
Like some of them are not entering into it in the right spirit. They're not even, because the problem was that they're wearing face masks, and that, of course, face masks, as you know, Gareth, indefatigably are worth wearing. We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube. In a minute we're on Rumble. Face masks definitely work, but not ultimately a sort of a symbol, an emblem that came to be a sort of a facial testimony to your political position, but in fact we're just a sort of a medical thing.
Very good. I see what you've done that. It's
Yeah?
very good,
Yeah?
Like your lying smile.
Well, I just flash this bad boy. If I just use that, that's what I'm saying. Hello. I ain't forgotten nothing. They should have me. Take me there to Japan to coach them back to normal smiling. Let's have a look at this bit of news about smiling.
The Japanese government lifted its mask recommendation in March as it began the transition.
March.
To smile too quickly, I think. Like, it's not that long.
No.
Like, why did they forget it so quickly?
Yeah, like they let their mouth go on holiday for a bit or something.
Isn't it like, yeah, it's like riding a bike, isn't it? Smiling, like, you don't like, don't you just, isn't that what they say?
Also, you don't smile just for other people to see it, do you? Or do you?
Right, so like, say like I'm like this now.
Yeah, and I said something nice, like you look so great today.
Oh yeah. Who's that guy back there? Did it anyway. They were like that. It's like they couldn't be bothered.
Right.
Like, they smile.
Into a post-COVID society.
No, that's like some people saying that. If you say that to a woman, that is sexist, and I can see why. Because I don't like anyone trying to control my mood from outside.
You weren't saying it to a woman, were you?
Saying it to you.
You were saying it to me.
But like, I do remember that that's one of the things. Right. Don't shout that. Smile.
Never shout smile. Rule one.
Don't shout smile at someone.
No.
Don't shout anything.
I don't think if that's what these classes are.
Smile. That's not the right way. But they're actually, look, there's actually a presentation up there saying smile. Nice logo, bit complex. It's a heart. It's smiling at you.
It's like it's taking place in a bunker of some sort.
We're down in the bunker, grinning with a clover. Like, what's the thing in the corner of the smile?
But it's taken many people a few months to let masks go.
Let go. They're wearing it in the class.
At this point, I don't know what they're looking at. Because if they can see through those masks, then they're brilliant.
Because surely the point of the mirror is to help you to understand the quality of your smile. Yeah. They're not entering in the spirit of the class. They're unwilling in a class about how right now that you no longer need these masks and you've evidently somehow forgotten how to smile during this period of time. Right, here's a mirror. Now get it off. You're ruining this class. Like if it was, I don't know, if it was like football class and you just sort of wouldn't put on the equipment.
Well, like the only other time that someone holds a mirror like that in front of me is if I go to the dentist. And, you know, they clean your mouth and then there's loads of blood, and then they put the mirror there to be like, look, see what's happened. You just go.
With all that going on in there, look at some of the brown bits over the back. Smell it. Smell the. Look now. If we go back in this back bit near your tonsils, what's this little white brain thing? Smush it between your fingers. Now, how the hell are you to find the bride with that thing going on? That concludes today's lesson.
After years of keeping their faces partly covered, these students say classes like this are necessary to reawaken their awareness about facial expressions. It was a new experience for me to smile while paying attention to my facial expressions. I might become a bit more aware of what my facial expression looks like when I'm in a situation that makes me smile from now on. Young John.
The grammar of facial expressions is regarded to be universal, but there are different facial expressions and different bits of body language. For example, there's that in Italy.
6'9".
There is that.
And then there's in Italy also. It's mostly Italians. They've got a lot going on, don't they? They're very expressive.
They do this.
What style?
Like Italians during COVID.
This accent's going to be close.
Wash their hands or whatever.
Yeah, I can't
Right,
imagine
guys, do this again.
Can you imagine if there were lessons in Italy?
Come on, do this a bit better.
Yeah.
Now this,
Close the other way.
Now get out there and be the best damn Italian you can be. Not you in Fiorentina, though.
Seekers hope the class will give them an edge in Japan's notoriously competitive graduate hiring process, and that fortune will smile upon them.
grasped it, that lad.
It's too much now.
Grinning himself senseless. Look at that Palestinian toddler hit by Israeli fire line at the bottom of it. A lesson about smiling. Why are you not smiling? In part because a Palestinian toddler has been struck by a missile.
When they flash their pearly whites. Shmei Jalon, TRT World.
Well done. Keep it up, lads. Keep up the smiling. Also, Merck are suing. You know, Merck, the medical company, they're trying to kill a drug price negotiation. There's this ongoing attempt in America to control drug pricing, but it's just simply not possible to control it. The pharmaceutical industry simply want the money too much. They're not willing to give it up. If you're watching this right now on Rumble, why don't you join us on Locals? Click the red button. That's where your comments will be, and you get to join me every week for a meditation. You get to learn about live events. It's worth it. It really works. It's free, isn't it? So just do it. Why not do that? What exactly are Merck doing?
Well, you know that Medicare have been granted access to directly negotiate for a small number of high-cost prescription medicines. That's one of the things that Biden boasts about a lot. That, you know, we beat Big Pharma. A small number of high-cost prescription medicines can now be negotiated by Medicare, and obviously Merck, being one of the big players in Big Pharma, don't like this. They say that, I think, the singular purpose of this scheme is for Medicare to obtain prescription drugs without paying fair market value. They say this when they charge $175,000 for a cancer drug. So they want people to keep paying that amount.
It's the singular purpose. There is no other purpose.
That's their only purpose.
All right, so have a look at that. Furthermore, the WHO want to establish a treaties whereby your nation will give 5% of the health budget to the WHO and follow binding advice that the WHO offer them. I.e., if the WHO advise that you shut down your borders and you lock your population in their homes and they take certain medications, that will be binding advice. And I actually don't think advice should be binding under any circumstances. It should be a friendly offering at worst.
Yeah, so this is something that we've spoken about regarding the UK, but now the US, Canada and France have expressed support for this as well. So it does seem like it's starting to have a kind of interest.
I feel like that these WHO, WEF, the World Bank, IMF, all these organisations are by their nature an attempt to create a global bureaucracy. I think beneath these institutions there are the funding processes. Some of them are national funding, like i.e. 5%. For in order to like 5% of our health treaty, of our health budgets will go to supporting this treaty and the necessary measures. But also they receive a great deal of money, as you know, from philanthropic so-called organisations like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now let me know in the chat if you think this is a significant strata of power. Look at the level of influence that we're discussing. The WHO is not democratically elected. They're going to be able to pass essentially laws. Binding advice is a law, isn't it? Yeah. I bindingly advise you not to break that house. I bindingly advise you not to drink and drive. We're going to go into this in more depth in our presentation in a minute, but I think we're going to leave YouTube right now before things get... Did you want to say anything?
Yeah, no, so
it's safe to say this.
This is safe to say.
I'm going to watch you like a hawk.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I know you've always cared about how YouTube...
I don't want to get a strike.
No, we don't. We won't do that. So member states will be obliged to follow the agency's instructions when responding to pandemics, including introducing vaccine passports, border closures and quarantine measures under the draft regulations. So that's a lot of power, I should say.
It's too much power. It's too much power. Okay, listen, if you're watching us right now on YouTube, click and join us on Rumble right away. Of course I'm going to be talking about West Ham United. Of course I'm going to be saying don't gamble responsibly, stop gambling. Gambling is mental because I'm inadvertently advertising a gambling organisation. But we want to talk about how global or continental bureaucracies are used to utilise corporate profit and bypass systems of democratic power. And we're going to speculate now in ways that are potentially risky, aren't they, Gal? Because they're not entirely undergirded by facts. So if you're watching us on YouTube right now, join us on Rumble, because I simply can't say this to you, the nearly 6.5 million Awakening Wonders. I want you to join us. We're going to have a fantastic time. See you over there. Awakening Wonders, thanks for joining us on Stay Free with Russell Brand. If you ain't been told yet today that you are loved, that you are complete, that you are beautiful, and that you are whole, and you're going in the right direction, then let us convey that very message to you right now, you beautiful Awakening Wonder. Joining me for the show is my on-screen assistant, Gareth Roy, with whom I will be discussing matters such as Merck suing to kill Medicare drug pricing. We'll be with you on YouTube for a while. We'll be there, maybe to early on Twitter still. We don't know. You never know with Elon, do you? You never know what moves he might make. Hopefully we're on Twitter. When we get to exclusively being on Rumble, the original home of free speech, where we bring people together in a spirit of love, WHO have got a plot to use the EU's vaccine passport tech. Is that true? Allegedly. Or is it simply an allegation that we're making? We're discussing it in depth. Later on in our presentation, Here's the News, we'll be talking more about the WHO, where they get their money,
But does that,
exactly it is they're up to.
does the hear the news
treaty
portion of
that
the
they
show
propose should be
on Rumble? It says, here's the news, and then a voiceover says, here's the fucking news.
Do you know how to smile? This is it, isn't it? This is it.
No, you've misunderstood.
It's beautiful.
Has anyone ever told you how beautiful your smile is? It really is.
I have actually. A lot of people have said it before. Over in Japan, the Japanese folks got so used to wearing face masks during COVID that they've had to have smile lessons. And I've had a look at this, and they aren't doing very well.
No.
Like some of them. Big tech platforms are trying to take over the world. After Zuckerberg's metaverse has plainly failed, can Apple succeed where my BJJ opponent Zuckerberg has yet to? Is it possible that the Apple God Pros, goggle boxes for the vision holes, could possibly succeed? This new advert, brilliantly crafted piece of propaganda, seems to suggest that it might. Apple with their ongoing court cases, Apple with their power of a massive nation. I'm talking Senegal, I'm talking Finland, I'm talking Belgium. Is it right? Let's have a look at this hairy Viking man putting on some swimming goggles that help him to swim into a new reality. Interesting that they're using that track because in a sense he is being put into an illusion, a dystopic one in my view, even though it's well designed. So lovely Swedish looking premises there, very natural, very organised, and I suppose it's sort of visually similar to the menu, the ecosystem. Apple's famous ecosystem is walled garden. One of the things that Apple are proudest of and upon which their business is heavily contingent is if you have an iPhone, it links up to your watch, it links up to your computer. Is it a walled garden or is it a prison? Let us know in the chat and the comments. They're very good at getting you Apple and then keeping you there. I mean, I think they spent $1 billion preventing moody chargers being used, didn't they? Like, so, oh, can't I just get a charger down the garage? You better not. Steve Jobs will be spinning in his grave on acid if he knew you was just buying a charger from a garage. Buy a proper one. Did they even change it from, you know, it used to be like a normal headphone hole to the type of hole it is now?
I think isn't it now universal, whereas before it was like it was purely Apple. And now you can, I don't know.
I think it should be the headphone one still.
I use the old phone, so I'm not.
What do you mean? So what do you stick in there?
This is a 7. This is.
Well, Gareth, you're living in the past.
No,
you ain't nothing but a dreamer.
I refuse to go along with all this.
Well, can you put your hands in your head? Oh no.
Same thing as this.
He's plucking little images out of the world like that, like he's pulling mosquitoes towards him, like you're going to breastfeed it, like you're going to breastfeed an insect. I'm just going to sit down with some popcorn and just watch this documentary about Napoleon. Oh, pull a bit later. Mate, be honest. You're going to have a wank, aren't you? You're going to have an immersive Apple goggle wank. Oh, everyone's like, oh, probably learn a bit about Napoleon now. Get these immersive goggles. Whoop, whoop. Right, might as well take over Corsica. He ain't doing that, is he? Like, you're going to be surrounding himself in smut. Tapping his foot, the perv. Oh, I'm sorry, I feel guilty about that campaign now. Not tonight, Josephine. I'm still parenting. I'm parenting my children in these goggles. It's not blurred my connection or any way marred the experience of my daughter. Look at this pass I'm making in the kitchen.
That's like where you properly bleach out reality.
She's so dissatisfied with the miracle of flight that she has to put some goggles on.
Oh, 30,000 feet going on and on, is it? Oh, God, it disgusts me. Look at these people. Time for some downstairs goggle action.
This guy's just looking at a photo, though, isn't it? It's not that good.
Ooh. Right, see that thing over there, mate? What, that glass box? Yeah, that's the window. Look at that, you bloody idiot. It's free. I suppose that these are some interesting facts to supplement this. Apple makes $1.4 billion but avoids paying tax in the UK. The US tech giant also paid $25 million in dividends. The tech giant has found a tax haven in the island of Jersey, leaving billions of dollars untouched by the United States. Leaked documents revealed in 2017, $252 billion. I suppose what we have is an institution, a body, a corporation that's more powerful than nations, therefore able to bias and influence laws. It's able to redirect legislation, and now is pioneering new realms where reality itself may be dominated. When you envisage a dystopia where people have potentially chips in their brains, where they're more and more, when I say they, I mean when we're more and more divorced from one another and more divorced from the experience of nature, I see these as these sort of incremental stepping stones on our way to a reality where we're more and more cut off from one another and the sensory realm. And again, it's not a neutral domain, it's like a curated reality owned by a very, very powerful entity.
Also a very good advert. Yeah, and it's that thing, isn't it? I mean, we were talking about how scary the Neuralink seems, like putting a brain chip inside your mind. But how far off is this? It's not that far off that. And a bit like with mobile phones, when we talked about the FBI, one of the revelations about the FBI and them spying on us, spying on the 300,000 researchers. I'm inviting this spying by owning these phones. But we're going one step further when we're going to put something like this on our heads.
They famously participate with the deep state. It's possible that even at their inception, there were.
See you later, breaking news if you're still here.
Case of Google and other global.
Yeah, we're almost home. We're about to cut this.
Neuralink have been rushing. Have we got that headline? Neuralink are rushing their Neuralink. Don't rush it. Do it slowly and deliberately. What I like is the way that they one by one address what we are going to level at it.
It's kind of cool. It has a female and a male all in the same.
Don't use these Apple goggles. You won't be able to see your kid.
See
you'll go wandering off in a wall.
No,
You'll prevent
I look at it.
connections to other people.
Well, it's a male. Obviously, it's got antlers.
Oh, okay.
See the female built into the blank space. The
Oh,
black
yeah,
space?
okay.
It's
like
almost trying to present itself as utopian in a way that the metaverse has evidently failed to do.
Yeti.
Just going back to the Neuralink, because I feel a little bit bad kind of criticising Neuralink to an extent, although, as you said a minute ago, animal testing was being rushed, causing needless suffering and death. Doesn't sound brilliant, but at least like the point of Neuralink, according to Elon Musk, is that it's going to deal with a lot of these issues, schizophrenia, like helping lots of medical situations. This is about profit, nothing else, pure greed by Apple.
Yeah, but they're obviously making it about craft and creativity and a certain kind of aesthetic which Apple have historically been geniuses at. It's essentially, many people have offered the critique that Apple is primarily about design over function, that their products look beautiful. It's not about their effectiveness, it's about the feeling that they have. And certainly I've been
handle a 1 foot drop
by that type of marketing, to the point where I see other types of phone or laptop or computer as inferior, even though many people say the reverse is true. But outside of the aesthetics is clearly an appetite for dominion, a fierce battle being fought for IP, and a kind of a seriousness when it comes to propriety, ownership. So is it a good thing that Apple are able to curate new levels of reality? Let us know in the comments.
Actually had us going around.
Jinxed it.
Yeah, I said something last night. Since I was ready for it. I know that curve. FIC must have gotten porn bound. Because, yeah, it's been a long time since it's happened to me. Oh, I know they turn this around. They're setting up for this. Cherry Fest. They got carnival rides tonight? I thought it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I don't know. Maybe they're setting up. I don't know.
A lot of people parked.
Shut up. 8th through 10th. Today's the 8th, right?
Oh, yeah. Wait, so there's nothing on Sunday.
Right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay. That's why it met me around there. They have a cherry festival in the village that we live in. Even though I don't know anybody in this village that grows cherries. Cherry orchard.
Maybe it has to do with like White House or something.
Ah, yeah, cherry tree.
Yeah. I don't know, just a guess. I have no idea.
So easy. Damn forest fires.
Are you finding more potato in your bed?
I was storing it. Now hiring Blue Creek Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
Gonna make you a detox, so I live 2 minutes from work.
Kick out all the greenies. Unless they want to hang with the detoxers. Yeah, just about. I told him I was getting ready to cut it off once we got home anyway. I'll probably light up the desktop tonight. I haven't done that in a while. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day, so I probably won't even be able to do it tomorrow night. So I'll probably do something tonight. Wifey's got to get up early, but I don't. Hey, I'm on vacation.
Watch your doggos.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's gonna be
standing and stretching.
Everybody's gonna be so mad at me.
You got pee-pee? Just give it a minute, Bubby. Don't do it yet. Don't do my drug rug. Yeah, I'm down. I'll play some poker tonight. I haven't played in a while.
Y'all just keep it quiet.
Shit, you're gonna be sitting on the couch tonight. I'm going to bed right away.
I do my nails. Got a shower, do my nails.
Yeah, I'll probably have something set up by 10 o'clock our time, top of the hour. I gotta let the dogs out, feed them. Maybe earlier, we'll see. But that's a good estimate.
Oh, look, that's my face. What a day. I was gonna say we'll make him behave, but you know he'll be a good boy. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit. Peace. Be gone soon. Out.